You're in a session, we got questions. We wanna know who's recording in your studio. Hey, I'm here with Jeff Kelley in his amazing studio. What do you call this place?
Audio Design Recording.
And how long have you been here?
Since 2002.
6547 El Cajon Boulevard.
That's right.
Can you give us a tour?
Yeah. Well, let's see here.
Look at your sweet board.
This is our 1975 API console. They're pretty sought after. They're pretty expensive consoles.
Gorgeous.
I would value this one to be in around the $65,000.
Okay.
It's all hand wired, so it's the real deal. Most people just have, you know, a few of these preamps in their studio. We
Gotcha.
have to have a whole console.
Right. Amazing.
So,
This wood is beautiful.
check this out. We built this false wall, so when you shut the door,
Who did the woodwork?
I did.
You did?
Yep.
Yourself.
I did all
Beautiful.
this myself. I built
So-
this whole place.
Jeff, what's your story? You're a drummer?
I am a drummer. I own a production business that's next door, and I got the opportunity in 2002 to have this space. It started out as just a rehearsal space for a band I was playing in, and then
What band?
That was I think that was Pocket at the time.
Pocket.
And then I just started buying recording stuff and just kind of went crazy from there. The console was the big deal. I
Yeah.
paid $35,000 for it in 2002. Paid $1,000 a month payment on it.
Wow,
and,
dude. That's quite an investment.
managed to pay it off. The monitor system in town, not a whole lot of studios have a monitor system quite like mine. It's all Genelec. Cost you about $30,000 to buy this monitor rig in here. And then the main room
It's so beautiful in here.
is pretty nice. Did a lot of
Yeah.
woodwork and stuff in here too.
Yeah.
Got a lot of vintage stuff. I got possibly rivals as one of the best mic packs in San Diego
Nice.
as far as tube microphones and stuff like that is
Okay.
concerned. There's a couple other guys that have some a little bit better stuff than me, but for the most part, price range that my studio sits in as a mid-price studio with basically equipment that most larger studios that charge a lot of money have.
Right. Who's recorded here? Who have you produced?
Oh my goodness, well I've just done my stuff. I kind of stepped back from the mixing part of things, and Jordan's done tons and tons of stuff. He does all the Redwood music stuff, all Al Howard's
That's all
bands.
done here.
All has been done here.
Wow.
He'd be the guy to talk to about that more than me,
Well,
but I mean
good.
I know the bands that come in here because I end up cashing the checks. But
Right. So you're not doing much producing anymore?
you know what? No, I do producing, but I do it for the bands that I do mostly.
Gotcha.
You know, and the bands that I play in, I'm consumed with other things.
Yeah.
Shopping for vintage gear, running my business next door, trying to keep this place afloat, which is a hard thing to do.
Sure.
You know, you don't really make any money in this business.
Can other producers come in and use this beautiful space?
Absolutely.
How does that work?
I rent the room for $300 a day.
Wow, that's cheap, dude.
It's cheap for what is in here. It's
Right.
really cheap because most people, you know, have a Pro Tools rig and a room in their house and
Right.
charge,
Exactly.
you know,
Sure.
a lot more than that. Now, of course, that's just to rent a room. So you got to bring your own engineer in, or you got to pay an engineer
course.
to engineer it. But
Great
we have
space.
you should get a picture of the tape machines. Plate reverb. Big plate reverb.
Wow.
It's 1958. 2-inch 16-track, 2-inch half-inch.
So cool.
And we do actually have a Pro Tools rig, although it doesn't really get used that much because it doesn't sound quite as good as the tape does.
Got it.
We'll use it for some editing and stuff like that every once in a while, but for the most part, we try to keep everything on the tape. It's like we did a mix the other day of the Jimmy Lewis band, and we bounced it to Pro Tools, and like when I got home, I compared the half-inch tape to the master that we did off of the Pro Tools, and it was like, where's all the high end and the low end? I can totally tell.
So you said you want crappy red wine, huh?
That's me, Nick. So
So we're here with Jordan, who does everything here at the studio.
Right.
First of all, Jordan, who are you? Tell me about yourself.
I'm Jordan Andreen. I'm an engineer and a technician in San Diego. I mostly work a lot on analog, and I mean, I do digital as well. I'm not anti-digital.
What a beautiful
but-
art that is, the analog.
Yeah, I do like the workflow quite a bit. It certainly requires people to be a little more on their toes, which I do like.
Tell me about some of the bands that you've recorded recently.
Yeah, so I do a lot of work in here with a lot of local bands. A lot of the people with the Redwoods thing, they got a lot of cool bands coming out and doing a lot of great stuff. You know, so the majority of those records that have come out, I've worked on probably all those records. But, you know, I mean, what we got going on here too is, like I said, just kind of an old school vibe. So, you know, we get a lot of those guys. You know, I make a lot of records with people that are going for old school sounds. So we get a lot of the San Diego side bands like Joy, Sacramento, Earthless.
Nice.
You know, Carl Denson's Tiny Universe comes in here and makes
Oh my gosh,
records.
awesome.
You know, I mean, just a whole group of people that just kind of want that old school vibe.
Why do some people choose tape versus the so much easier and probably cheaper, I would imagine?
Yes.
Digital
Yes,
stuff.
digital is much, much cheaper. That is one thing that's great about it. It is much cheaper. Analog is more expensive. I'd say a lot of it kind of is an experience type thing. It really causes a lot of decisions to be made right off front. You're really stuck to a lot of limitations. And I kind of find that those limitations tend to create a better art.
Absolutely.
I find, you know, it kind of makes people have to commit to something
Absolutely.
right off the bat.
And if people wanted to have you produce them, how does that work?
Just give me a call.
Where are you at? On the Facebook?
I'm on the Facebook. You can just find me at Jordan Andreen. Last name-
Andreen?
Yeah, A-N-D as in David, R-E-E-N as in Nancy.
I'm going to find
I
you
also have
and friend you.
Instagram, or you can just go to audiodesignrecording.com, and somebody's messaging me, and I'll tell them to be quiet. But you can go to audiodesignrecording.com, get the contact information there, and find me there.
Beautiful. We'll do that. Well, it's a beautiful room, and it was a pleasure working with you. Jordan Andreen,
Yes.
nice to meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Production interruption.